Project Paranormal is an experience-style investigation show. We want the viewer to feel as if they are part of the crew while we journey into some of the most haunted, weirdest, or unexplained locations. Nothing is faked, and there are no scripted reactions. You see what we experience during the investigation. Keep your eyes and ears open as you watch. You may notice something we didn't. Viewer discretion is advised. Tombstone, Arizona is arguably the most famous Old West town in history. A place with as many stories as there are legends of the town. One place saw many of its most famous folks, such as Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, and the Clantons, who've all stepped into this location. A place of its time, the Birdcage Theatre. With its assorted history, women of the night, and the longest ever running poker game in the West, it was time for our team to visit this iconic location and see what we discover. Project Paranormal AZ is here in Tombstone, Arizona, and tonight we're going to investigate the Birdcage Theatre. Could you give me a shot of your finest whiskey?
I've been told you're still here.
Is there anybody there? Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Bill Hunley. I'm the manager here at the Birdcage Theatre. The Birdcage was a combination saloon, gambling hall, and a house of ill repute. The cribs upstairs is where the ladies plied their trade to their men customers at $25 a night, and underneath are the wings, and that's where they had gambling all the way back to the two lower Birdcage cribs. The Pharaoh table, blackjack table, and dice table still remain on the casino floor today. You go up onto the backstage, you'll see photographs of actors and actresses that performed on our stage in the 1880s. Eddie Foy Sr., Lillian Russell, Enrico Caruso, Nola Forrest, and Richard Mansfield all performed on our stage. Wyatt Earp met his third wife in this building, Josephine Sadie Marcus, and the famous handkerchief duel between Doc Holliday and John Ringo took place in this building. Both men were highly intoxicated, and when they went to go shooting at each other, they missed, just adding to the bullet holes that you see throughout the building today. The old black Mariah hearse, it's a Boot Hill hearse, trimmed in 24 karat gold and sterling silver, and is priced by the Ford Museum at over $2 million today. There were 8 of these made in Rochester, New York by the Cunningham brothers, and this is the only one that they know of still in existence today. You go down the basement, that's where they had the West's longest poker game. It lasted 8 years, 5 months, and 3 days. It was non-stop, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the minimum buy-in was $1,000 to get into the game back then. Very famous gamblers like Bat Masterson, Diamond Jim Brady, Adolphus Bush from Bush Brewery, and George Randolph Hearst would meet 4 times a year to play in that game. Out front, the original bar, back bar, everything in the building is more or less original from the 1880s. This building survived both the fires of 1881, 1882, and the 45 years that it was closed and sealed up. It's one of the most haunted places in the West. We've been on Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, Ghost Lab, Haunted History, Fact or Fake, My Ghost Story, and some of the things that I've had happen to me in here. I've been whispered to twice, shushed once, Lilac and Jasmine on the backstage when no women have been in the building, and then I've had my hair pulled, things like that. You hear a lot of boots, and you can tell the difference between the cowboy boots and the high kickers, the heeler kicker.
What is your most interesting experience here as far as paranormal?
Probably the last time I did was when I had my hair pulled recently. That would have been the last one.
Okay. What location was that?
That was in the office.
Okay.
Down in the basement, you get orbs going across in the glass, and it doesn't matter where. It could be a picture, it could be it could be up in these cases up here, faces. In the hearse is really big. It took a lot of people to Boot Hill and the Tombstone Cemetery, and we get a lot of faces looking back at us. There's children in the building, there's Joshy, there's Sally, there's a few cowboys, there's a ton of ladies of the night and other women that haunt the place as well.
And so if there was one thing you could tell us before we come in later tonight, what would that be?
Charge all your cameras, charge your phone, because they'll suck it down if they need the energy. But I guess one of the most interesting ones is when you turn around and you walk in here in the morning and you feel like you've busted up a party. Remember the old westerns where the piano player's playing and everybody's just having a good time, and all of a sudden the outlaw or the marshal walks in and hits the 2 doors, and the piano player quits and everybody turns around and starts staring at the guy at the door? That's what you kind of get when you walk in here some mornings.
Awesome.
Other than that, yeah, nothing really has really creeped me out too much. When I was younger, we had a mannequin in one of the other cribs, and every day we would find his cowboy hat laying on one of them tables. And then one day when we put it back up there, even his bow tie that is safety pinned to his shirt was on top of the hat. And then we moved him to another crib, and that all kind of quit.
I'm excited. So.
Yeah, I think you guys will really enjoy it. It's a pretty neat old place. I always say if the walls could talk, they'd tell the best stories, and some you don't even want to hear.
And I've heard that table sometimes will move.
Joshy will move that table.
Okay.
He won't do it for me so much because I take away his candy all the time. They leave candy for Joshy, and then he'll do stuff. Joshy, you want to move that? See, it's moving this way. That's air. When it shakes, like somebody's shaking it, and he's done it while I've looked at it before. But by the time, and he does it just so slightly for me because he taunts me.
Now there was something else we saw at the very end of the tour. Something that chilled us to our bones. Some of the most interesting evidence we've ever seen and captured in mid-daylight. Stay tuned to the end of the episode to see that shocking footage. After the tour, we waited till nightfall, just past 11 p.m., to begin our investigation.
All right, so this will be a first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for me.
Really?
For this.
Wow.
I've done paranormals before, but...
All right, we're here now in the Birdcage with Karen, who's going to be our host for the night. So thanks for being here with us tonight. Really appreciate it. And just go ahead and explain some of the history of this place and things that you've experienced and maybe your most fascinating story.
Well, my name is Karen. So the history is the building is original from 1881. So she did survive 2 fires, one in 1881 and one in 1882. So everything you see in here has been kept in as original condition as possible.
Which is awesome.
Yes. So we do have a lot of antiquities. We do believe that the spirits who are still here, they had fun here, we think.
Yeah.
Or they're attached to one of the many antiquities. So we have one of my favorite ones is Mrs. Hugard. There's a photograph right there. She was a doctor's wife, and we do have some of her silver in here. It's in that glass case over there, and then we have some of her clothing hanging up on the back stage.
Okay.
Well, we've got a photograph next to those clothing that we do believe is Mrs. Hugard.
Wow.
One evening it was a very busy night. I ended up with more tours than what I had anticipated. So by the time it was all over with, you saw the amount of chairs that I had to put up. I was up there putting up chairs. My feet were hurting horrible. So I was stomping. I mean, literally stomping up there. After I got all the chairs put away, I was gathering up my items on the table, and it seemed like someone from down in the basement took something to the ceiling, like if you were to live in a upstairs apartment,
like,
I guess.
like banging,
somebody
like,
telling you to
calm
be
down.
quiet. Yes. 3 knocks. The bottom of my feet. It shook my feet.
Wow.
Yes.
So did you walk quietly more than after that?
I did.
We're going to end up turning a lot of lights off, doing lights out, and seeing if we can discover anything here at the wonderful Birdcage. So, all right, so we've actually put our equipment down. We've got a couple light sensors up. We've got some EMF readers out there that'll make noises and are in select spots. So basically, we're out in the front area, the bar, the old bar, and basically the front that they had the catwalk up here. But everything's lights out in there, so we're gonna go step back into 1882 and see if we find anything. So. And this is like where it gets really dark. So it's probably just my nerves right now, But the minute I walked through the door, I felt cold and like, I don't know, just a jittery feeling out of nowhere. I don't know if that's just my nerves of walking in here by myself or with you guys following me, but that was odd.
Well, I got a blast of like mustiness as I went through the door.
And
but I was like,
that's
I could have noticed it earlier, but maybe it's just from changing from rooms.
yeah. And just so you're aware, we put some of these light pucks around. So if you see a light go off, like if you're near it, it's because you moved near it. But if you just see it, like all of a sudden a light turn on, and we haven't noticed it, please, speak up.
Okay.
And there's 2 EMF readers, one on the stage and one down in the casino area, poker area that's there, and they beep when they spike. So we should hear those. So the first thing I can say right now, though, is having been here quite a few times, I've never been here this late at night. Totally has a different feel.
Oh, it just came on.
So that just came on. Now, I know you're moving,
Yeah.
but these things you have to be pretty close to for them to go off. Like, see this one on the table? There's one right here if you didn't even notice. See, I got about that far. It might have been by you.
So what we can do is wait for it to go off,
Mhm.
and if I take a step forward and back, Justin, retrace your steps.
I mean, I think I was walking pretty much the path you're walking,
Yeah,
and I was already past it at that point.
yeah.
So
take
I
a
was
steps, take a-
over here, so maybe it was us.
I think it's reflecting off
Okay.
the glass.
Cool. And that's the thing we always like to do. We like to test, make sure,
Absolutely.
you know, because you just never know. But it's really weird because I feel like all my senses are heightened right now. So right now we're in the back of the stage area, and just, you know, as we've seen on the tour, one of the main items they think could be with a lot of spirit attachment is the hearse.
That's me, just moving it back.
Okay, that brought with it, you know, many bodies to Tombstone Cemetery. And also right above it is where we had the incident with Joshy earlier today that we caught on film. So, do you remember us from this morning? We were talking about outside, and then we brought some candy because we heard you like candy. Would you like a piece of candy?
Maybe get one in your hand, hold it out.
That's true. So we've got this sucker. I know we talked about it earlier too when we first got in here, but if you like a piece of candy, we can leave it on the table. Can you move the table up there?
Something just went out.
That was the light below you.
Okay. All right, well, maybe not right now, maybe later.
Yeah, well, we're very grateful for everything you've shown us already. So I want to put one down here, see if we catch any EMFs. So we just would like to ask if anyone is here with us tonight, down here. If you're here, could you speak into this audio device? Or perhaps make a noise somewhere in the building for us? Maybe make some of those dollar bills move, or the casino coins on the table move around. That's me. You can hear a weird distortion in the audio. which I don't recall anyone hearing at the time, but it looks as if I almost turn and react to it once it happens.
To be a player at this table was a pretty large buy-in, $1,000. I'd like to hear more about it. What brought you to become such a big wheelin' dealin' player? But I sure could use a drink right now. Could you give me a shot of your finest whiskey? That's just me. It's weird. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it was because Dan was moving his lens, but I was seeing in the mirror, standing from where I'm at, like a shadow move across the chairs. And it might have been Dan's camera, but I can't.
Did they show you all the handprints on the post?
No.
Oh no, where are those at? Oh, right on this?
No,
Finger
on the
prints.
post.
Like the tips. Of the
Oh
fingers.
yeah,
I cannot, I don't know. Can't.
because that's not usually there.
Mm-mm.
And nobody can go through here normally, like
No.
in here.
Mm-hmm. But,
Can you shine the light on that again for a second?
sure.
Thank you.
I have a photograph of what appears to be a young child crouched right underneath the staircase right there.
Okay. I can't get over that handprint.
And then one of the young kids, now this is only a young kid on my 615 tour, she said she was watching the mannequin and saw someone flick her hair.
Oh, the mannequin's hair.
Yes. Yes. She said she was watching the lady downstairs and saw her hair move.
Yeah, there's no swamp full of red down here, right?
Mm-mm.
So it's pretty
No.
still. So we were hearing stories about the mirror in this room, but it's an old silver backplated mirror, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's got weird shimmering.
It does.
I know it's happened before at was it Daisy Mays, but I am sitting here and I'm just feeling very, very emotional.
Uncomfortable?
No, like I want to cry.
Hmm.
And it's a very odd feeling for me.
One of the ladies that was just, they were the last two to leave, they pulled me aside to
Uh-huh.
see if someone else had felt that before.
Oh yeah.
And she said she was down here when she felt it. Very
Okay.
sad.
It's like I haven't had. Oh boy, it's weird. I thought I just saw somebody standing right there. Right there. Right there. I saw it like a shadow of somebody standing. But it was weird. As we were talking and I was talking and I was processing this. It could have been a trick of the eye, but it was like a shadow form right by this door or whatever this is.
It's a back door
Okay.
where the haircut and the shave
Okay.
on the casino floor up there.
Okay.
I have heard what sounds like bordello coins, big heavy ones.
Yeah.
That dropped on the table here.
Out of nowhere.
I heard what sounded like after they shuffle the cards and then they tap them
Mm-hmm.
to straighten them. I've heard that noise down here.
I think I want to go and get the black light and bring it back down here. Start the black light, sweep down here, and we'll move it up because I kind of just really curious to see what we might see with the black light. So basically right now, we want to kind of do a sweep of, even though you probably can't see my face very well, do a sweep of the building sort of with a black light and just see what we see, if anything. So You can see some kind of splash of something up in the bedroom there, all over the top.
Unless that's like
Could be,
flaking
yeah, it could be
paint.
flaking paint.
Can you? Well, I'm in this window. Shine up there.
Yeah, see it?
Yeah. Hold on. I see it with my eye, but the camera's
The camera's having a hard time. That's okay. And you know, you get residual stuff like even on that fire, the
Sprinkler.
fire sprinkler. Yeah, just a little. Oh, you didn't see? I never even noticed these little drapes up here. Oh, really? Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, that's what's always cool about seeing stuff here.
Okay. Oh, there's something to the left up on top of the cabinet. Is that like a blanket?
Yeah, that's a blanket or something, or an old. Yeah, it looks like an old blanket.
Okay.
Have you guys been cheating down here?
Hope not. Big stakes. Does that bother you? Have you ever been accused of cheating?
Now, out of curiosity, because I don't think I've ever heard it, but has anybody ever heard the piano go off?
Yes, people have. I've not heard it yet.
Okay.
One of my guests heard it one evening. We were on the backstage, and of course I was talking, so I did not hear it. There was another paranormal investigation group come in. They didn't hear it either, but as they were going through their recordings, they heard it on the recordings.
Oh, wow.
The EVPs.
If any of you in here would like to play the piano tonight, we'd love to hear it.
We heard the Birdcage was the best entertainment, not just Arizona, but the Great West.
Is there no mannequins up here?
Not on this side.
That's odd.
Right here.
So, I didn't think nothing of it, but I looked up here earlier, a little bit ago, while I was looking around and everything, and I thought I saw a reflection, or not a reflection, but like an outline of something, like a mannequin or something. So I figured, oh, okay, that's it, and I didn't give it 2 second thoughts. I mean, I don't know if it's the way this place is designed, the way things are set up, but I feel the most paranoid in this building than I have, I think, in any of the buildings, as far as just like, am I looking at something? Am I not looking at something? Did I see something? Did I not see something? Huh.
Now, did you just set that off?
Well, see, I wouldn't think I'm close enough to set that off. But let's let it go off. Yeah, so let's let it off. Let it go off, and Mark can move over here, and I'll move my arms.
My feet have been steady, but I have my arm out.
Okay, put your arm out.
No.
Okay. No.
My flashlight.
Mm-mm. So that's kind of crazy.
So flashlight doesn't do anything.
No. So that thing just went off. I think that's our first actual. We can determine that thing went off without really. I mean, we're not that close in general.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move towards it just to see when it actually sets off. So about right here. And did you move any further than that? Yeah. Did you make that light go off? Did you make that censored light turn on? I mean, I'm over here. I didn't go past this. You're there. You're standing there and he's up there.
So someone trying to start a poker game up here tonight? Let us know. I'd love to join in. All you gotta do is set your hands down on the table and wave and let me know to join in on the poker game.
Did we get the cards?
Yeah. it's you. Can you reach out for the deck? I need your help to split it.
So if there's anyone that wants to communicate with us tonight, if you could just come towards the light I'm holding in my hand, let us know you're here. There's a lot of amazing items in this building. It's basically an awesome time capsule museum. And we're here right now for you to speak to us if you'd like to. That's just me. I don't know if that was the door making a noise.
Like what?
I heard like a tish, like a something just. Well, let me show you. I guess the way I imagine it is if like that.
Like the door latching.
Kind of like, yeah, like a noise like that. That's exactly, I think that kind of is the noise I heard. But it could have been air pressure, but it was just. Right here. I mean, there's a.
Midair.
I know, and there's a unit.
This lamp.
No, nothing.
All the power's off over there, except for the exits.
Yeah, that's weird.
So what is it? We got pufferfish.
Yeah, but it isn't. It isn't the
not
buffer, but it's kind of like what we saw over there, what you were showing us,
Like a pocket
where it's
of
like a pocket of
energy.
energy. And it's weird because again, we're standing here. I've got no cell phone on me. You know, it's.
Is it dimming or no?
Well, no. I mean, I'm keeping still. So, do me a favor, Mark. Go get me the one that's on the table, the one that makes the beeping noises. I want to compare it with that one with this one. So there's the other gray EMF is on the table back there, but this isn't doing anything. I wonder if there's something right up here, because that's like really.
Who's that a painting of?
Early Tombstone pioneer. But I'm wondering, is there anything on the other side of this wall that's like, you know, a light? Okay. I'm gonna just for camera sakes, I'm just gonna show what's on that other side. We're over here, and all we have over here
It's just a mineral.
is just mineral display and a really cool old skull, and it's quiet. I'm gonna put it also up against these paintings and this wall over here, and there's nothing coming up. So unless there's some kind of weird reason that it can detect, you know, again, this makes sense. Power box right here, power lines right here.
Yeah.
But as soon as you walk past it, they stop.
Yep. You let go.
And then you get right here, and then this doesn't go off, and this does. I don't know, I can't.
This one has.
And it's all right in this area. What'd you think?
Oh, you caught that?
Well, I can tell you're looking over there, so I was like,
I couldn't tell if it was when he moved, because I thought I saw a shadow down there on the far side.
hard to tell if it's the wind I just felt on the back of my neck or not. Felt cool, a cool breeze on the back left of my neck, but I know that thing is right there, you said.
I'm not quite quite sure how much wind comes through it.
Yeah. I want you and Dan to focus on this direction to see the exit light. And I want us to go all lights out though. So basically you can just see that exit light in the dark. And I want us to ask if anything can walk in front of it. So right now we're just going to go quiet. And
Yeah, it's like with my eye, I could see a little slit of light from the door.
yeah.
That's what I was kind of like focusing on.
Okay. But yeah, we're going to see if we can see anything go past the exit sign.
Are you waving your hand?
Right now I am, yes.
Okay.
That's me. So I'm going to keep my hands to my chest.
That's right. Put those hands away.
I am. And I'm not going to lean forward. You guys are going to be the view. If you're in here with us tonight, can you walk in front of those red lights for us?
What changed right now?
I mean,
It felt like a light went out.
I don't know.
Are you tapping your feet?
No.
Not me.
In retrospect, I regret sitting over here for a few reasons. One, I'm not with you guys. Two, I'm sitting right in front of a door type frame looking thing, so it just looks dark.
Can we have all actors to the stage for a dress rehearsal? Needed for a dress rehearsal.
Don't want to disappoint Charlie now.
We're going to continue our EMF readings down here. If there's anyone down in the cellar, can you come and say hello? So you have a lot of barrels under here. And bottles. Getting a... Could just be the basement here, but all of a sudden it's like I'm smelling a very musky smell. Could like dirt, like dirty. And I know I'm near dirt, but I wasn't smelling the smell till right now.
It's been smelled before. It reminds me of, no return to grave.
Do you smell anything, Dan?
Yeah, I can smell.
You can.
I don't even know how to describe
Yeah.
what that is.
But I didn't smell anything when I first came here. Otherwise, I would have said immediately, oh, I smell something over here. But it's like as I was starting to ask questions. Is this where they stored their, some of their liquor and stuff?
Yes, that is what they stored. It's a wine cellar.
Gotcha. Anyone in there? And see, I don't smell it anymore. I don't smell the earthly smell I was just smelling. It's gone. Not that smell. Smells, of course you smell anything in an old building like this, but just not that strong. That scared me for a second. Forgot that was there. The light popped on. The motion light. So now what we're going to do is we're going to separate and we're going to have people at like a home base while each one of us gets to come into the building and sort of be alone for a certain amount of time just to see what they feel, what they think they feel, if they hear anything, and we'll go from there for the end of the night.
Only got the one battery and I'm running down to 2 bars.
And I just charged it. I don't understand it. That thing was fully charged.
Well, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
All right.
go for it.
Adios, muchachos. Oh. No, it was the motion detector. I'm down in the basement. Anyone else down here with me right now? Please come out. Love to have a chat. Pull up a chair. Get this poker game started. Down to one bar.
Did it feel any different to you being alone by yourself in there?
It always feels different when you're alone.
Okay.
But not any more or less creepy. I did not hear any other noises other than I heard someone like moving around up here.
Okay.
Even with the lights on, it feels different. Then I have to go back up there and put up all those chairs and take them down by myself. I don't feel like I did not get back down here.
Alright, I'm in here alone. Everyone else is in the front. Yeah, I can hear you. Thanks for scaring the shit out of me. To answer your question, no, I'm not in the basement. I'm taking my sweet, sweet time. So just bear with me. Okay, I'm in the basement. Can you make one of those chips move? It pretty much is almost like they're showing no battery, so you're just gonna have to go with it as much as you can.
Hello?
Anybody there? Is there anybody in here with me? Oh, lens cap. Oh, this faces the mirror. You can barely see that with even a light on it, or you wouldn't notice it. Oh, what was that? Is there anybody there? Oh my God. I don't know if this is even going to be recorded. Maybe the camera's about to die. Maybe that's it.
How'd it go?
It went alright.
I got a little worried because you hadn't said anything. It really went full battery.
Yeah,
That is weird. So guess this. Check this out. One of those bells on the door went off. One, not all. One. And she was doing some pendulum stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there was a girl here talking to us, and he saw it.
Yeah.
You weren't paying attention, but when I told him that my arm was hurt,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna
That's when I was
close it,
walking over there. Yeah.
She stopped.
Yeah, it
It
slowed
just-
down.
it
slowed
And it
down,
just
and
stopped.
It went back to being steady.
Wow.
Yep, I told her, because I told him once I closed it, I always tell him, talk to me a different way.
Gotcha.
Said no. So we start walking back about 30 feet away. The night vision comes back on.
Was that the bell?
That was the bell, but
The door didn't move.
no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Anybody there? Is there anybody in here with me?
Was that the bell? So before we end the episode, let's return to the morning tour, where we saw some of our most compelling evidence in mid-daylight we've ever seen on the show.
You want to watch the lower left-hand corner where that brass ring is of that wicker basket. That's the easiest way to see it. If he's going to move it, it's going to go this way, not this way. Hey, Joshy, yeah, you about already started moving it. How do you like what Jade's wearing today? You think you would like to see her all day? You want to go outside, eat ice cream? Would you like for Jade to spend the night here with you? Up under the hearse? Maybe you could go out on the roof, watch the stars. What do you think? There you go, thank you. He wants to go under the stars with you.
I'll take you up on that offer, Joshy.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
Maybe we can find the Big Dipper.
When he moves that table, the doctor's bag don't move,
Yeah.
and it's right up against it.
Yeah.
Also, the sign won't move. We know there's no water fluctuation. We have to charge those pipes from outside.
Okay.
So there's no explanation for this to happen.
The fascinating thing is when
Still moving. He likes you.
yeah, well when she said something and then it right
Yeah,
away
yeah, he.
that was crazy. Well, thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome anytime.
And Joshy, right?
Yeah, Josh.
Thank you, Joshy.
Who I'm talking to is a 12-year-old boy.
I said thank you and it did it.
Yep. He drowned in the San Pedro River trying to save his brother. It was a failed attempt. They both drowned. We know Josh was taken to the cemetery in this hearse. Our guess is he never left the hearse.
And that's going to conclude this episode of Project Paranormal AZ. The Birdcage Theatre here in Tombstone, Arizona is just filled with so much awesome history. A living, breathing museum of an era gone by. And we had a great time here. And we want to say thank you to all the staff at the Birdcage Theatre. Until the next episode, stay paranormal.